What if I were to tell you that animals are not just animals that moo and meow and bark around us? What if I were to tell you that animals are infinite souls that come from the stars, just like us? If that sounds interesting, watch this video till the end. It's going to get better and better as we go along. You are divine. Beautiful children and animals of the stars. Welcome to another Cosmic Empress episode where we talk about galactic stuff, starseed spirituality, all the interesting things. And yes, animals. This is a huge subject. In the last few years, the animal kingdom has been catching my attention a lot. I know a lot of you love animals, and I know, what I said in the beginning was just a little teaser. I know that you who are watching, I know that you know that animals are much more than what they seem at first sight. You know this. And in the last few years, so many different animals have started coming into my life, showing me things, teaching me things, catching my attention, bringing me light codes. And why is this? Why is this? I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to show you on the whiteboard how it works, how incarnation works, and why I can prove to you why I know that animals are also starseeds. So let's take a look. This is the world. This is us, right? Us human beings. And we know by now we are so much more than just a little human being walking around, being triggered, living, dying. We know that we are so much more because we know that we are living in the 3D world right now, the 3D matrix. We know that there are different dimensions. The 4D is somewhere in between. The 5D is the higher realm, is where we are slowly ascending with our mother Gaia. We are trying to get there. We're trying to ascend, and we're making it a bit difficult. We humans are making it hard for the collective to ascend, for Mother Gaia to ascend, for everybody to ascend, because we are so stuck in the matrix. We are stuck in negativity. We are stuck in, I would say, in a stagnant way of being that we cannot open up, that we cannot pierce the veil, that we cannot ascend into beautiful new earth that we want to get to, right? Why is this? It's because of the heavy separation of the 3D that we are stuck in because of the way we act. I mean, it's not, oh, we're stuck, why can't we go there? The human collective has risen and fallen in and out of 5D a few times on Earth. We know this. In times of Lemuria, we vibrated higher. It was a new Earth. But then stuff happened. What happened? We started making negative choices. We started bringing negative beings into our existence, and we fell. And I think this happened a few times in the history of Earth, right? So, we're trying to ascend into 3D, from 3D into 5D. And we, as humans, we know that we live incarnational cycles, right? When we leave this body, we go back up into our soul's home. We regroup and we come back again, and we try it all over. We do this many times. And we know that the majority of all humans on Earth don't originate from Earth. Their soul did not incarnate first on Earth in a human body. We know that most of us, you beautiful children of the stars, that's why I say children of the stars, because we truly are children from the stars. We come from higher dimensional planets and star systems, right? We come from there, from the Pleiades, from Arcturus, from the Andromeda Galaxy, from Sirius, from Orion, from Hadar, from Alpha Centauri. There are so many others. So, planet Earth is truly an experiment. It's an experiment, and planet Earth is pretty young. So, a lot of beautiful souls who have had their incarnational cycles in other stars as other types of beings. A lot of these beautiful souls decided to come down to planet Earth as starseeds, that's why we call ourselves starseeds, and take part in this great experiment Earth, to experience life differently, to assist the Earth in its stuckness right now, and to live our lives here. Now, because we are so stuck in 3D, we are so limited. The 3D matrix is truly like this heavy blanket on top of us that's suffocating us a little bit, that's not allowing us to see further. And the development of humanity is a little bit sad, right? We used to be telepathic, we used to be open. There didn't used to be such a matrix. No matter what density you live in, if it's 2D, 1D, 3D, 4D, 5D, existence can be beautiful. But the 3D we're living in right now, we have created these heavy blankets, these belief systems. We've kind of degenerated a little bit into something a little bit sad, and that's what we're seeing out there, right? That's how it is. I'm not saying you, I'm saying humanity in general, and we're trying to break out of that. So that's why it's hard for us to perceive through the veil that other beings, like the plants, right? The beautiful trees, the beautiful other creatures on earth, the animals. Let's try to draw. I think I've never drawn an elephant before. Elephant. Oh my goodness, that's a bad picture. Okay. An elephant. I think I've never drawn one. Whoop. Elephant. The birds, right? All the other creatures. That's why it's hard for us to perceive what they truly are, because we cannot even perceive what we truly are. So for us, often we just have a pet there. They're beautiful. They might have some interesting, energies. They might make us feel good, but what are they truly? Why is the concept of these beautiful beings also having the higher self, right? This is again, okay, I'm trying to draw the elephant again. With wings, right? Why is the concept so hard to fathom that the elephant has a higher self too? That is anchored in 5D, 6D, 7D. Like we, as higher dimensional beings, where our soul originated from, where we go to after we leave this body, in 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D. We are these types of beings. Why is it so hard to make that jump, that leap, that the elephants, the lions, every single creature, every single plant that we have also has a higher self and also comes from the stars? So I'm going to tell you this. The animals are starseeds too. The animals are starseeds just like us. And the animals come actually from some of the same constellations. The animals exist also, their higher selves exist in the Pleiades, on Sirius, in Orion, in parallel dimensions, on Alpha Centauri, on Hadar, on all these different planets. So I'm telling you that animals are starseeds, and that they're not just, the dull animals. Oh, and one day maybe if they're lucky they can come and incarnate as a human. No, animals are actually already in 5D. They are. I knew this, and I was lately talking to a friend of mine. Thank you, Stefan, an animal communicator who lives in Africa, and I was having conversations with him, and he absolutely confirmed this, that every single animal, be it a worm, be it a little ant, be it an elephant, be it a dolphin, is a being incarnate, a soul incarnate in an animal body that comes from a higher dimension, that comes from a star. For example, we all know the whales. For example, I'm a whale being, right? My first incarnation wasn't as a humanoid type being. My first incarnation, as far as I know so far, we always learn and grow. My first incarnational cycle was in a parallel universe as a whale on a planet called Farah. I remember this. For me, this is real. So my first incarnational cycle was in a higher density, not 3D. It was, I don't know. The dimensions for me are still very hard to exactly to define, because in reality it's a human construct that we say 5D, 60, 70. It's just a smooth upward, I would say, upward movement in densities. So there are no real numbers, but I feel the whale being that I was maybe 60, 70. And now I'm a third dimensional human trying to get to 5D. So what does that tell you? Are animals like lower in density? No, they're not. Animals vibrate higher than we do. And that's why we can't hear them and understand them. That's why we can't telepathically connect to them, because we have this 3D matrix block over us. That's why we don't recognize all the creatures of this world as who they truly are. I found out, Stefan told me this, and I didn't know this tiny detail, that every single creature on Earth, even the ant, even the worm, even the cockroach, every creature is here for a specific purpose, for a mission and purpose for our Mother Earth. Each and every animal has a divine mission why they are here, and they are fulfilling this mission. And we're always thinking, what is our mission and purpose? What is our mission and purpose? The animals know their mission and purpose. They come here and they live their mission and purpose, and it's a higher mission and purpose, and it's a beautiful thing. For example, the whale beings, because I'm a whale being, I know a little bit more about the whales. The whales are often, I would say, life blueprints. The life blueprint of the whale, for example, exists in many different places. There are many whales here from Sirius. There are many whales from the Pleiades and from the parallel dimensions. And also on Lyra I've seen whales. So each life form is actually a blueprint of creation that is seeded and that is manifested in many different places. So the whale beings are seated even in parallel universes. And the blueprint of the whale is a blueprint of immense love and compassion and wisdom, right? The whales, they are energetically big. They can hold incredible energy fields. They can hold. That's why I sometimes feel I want to be mother to the whole world. My whale beingness comes out, and I feel that I can hold humanity like this and cradle them and love them and hold the attention and hold the energy. That's how I feel sometimes, right? Because I'm a whale, a cosmic whale, right? Also, the whales, they emit a certain frequency. They are healers. Whales have healing energies, and whales actually hold a certain grid of light codes over the Earth. So should all the whales become extinct right now, we would have a problem. We would have a huge problem. I think it would be very negative for humanity, because the mission and purpose of the whale collective is to hold a certain grid of high frequencies for our Earth that is needed to hold, like it's holding a structure in place that is needed for humanity. I feel specifically the whales now, they're holding like let's say a 5D, 6D energetic light code grid that is needed to uphold us, to uphold humanity, that is needed for humanity to be able to ascend. And that is the purpose and mission of the whales. They're also keepers of wisdom. They are healers. They can go deep into the oceans, and they look for the deep streams, right? The deep currents that hold information for Mother Gaia, that hold very important information of the history, of the structure, of the energy. And they are able to translate this, and they're able to come and do their work in upholding us. So each and every single animal being on Earth has such an important purpose and feeds into, or I would say plays a part of the ecosystem of the Earth. And that's why it is a disaster when animals become extinct, because each animal species has a purpose that is important to us, even if we don't know it. Just as an example, the bees. They have an obvious purpose, which we know. They pollinate the crops. So if all the bees go extinct, we're going to starve. No more pollination. We won't have fruits. We won't have crops, right? That's just one very simple example. But besides for a third dimensional purpose, they also come with a deeper purpose, with a deeper energetic purpose. A lot of us are realizing what our purpose on this earth is, depending perhaps on our soul blueprint, depending on our starseed origin. We understand why we are here. For example, souls from the beautiful planet Hadar, which is the beacon of love in this galaxy, in the Milky Way. Those souls from Hadar have come to Earth to emanate unconditional love. They bring absolute, pure, beautiful, unconditional love to this earth. That is one of their main purposes. And as we awaken to know who we truly are, our life purpose starts to become more clear. And each animal and each plant, it's the same for them. Only that they know they live their purpose from the first day of their birth in an incarnation. And flowers, you know why I love flowers so much? The other day I understood why I love flowers so much. Flowers are very, very high dimensional. Flowers have souls. They are, I don't know, 10D, 11D. They are very godly. The other day I was sitting there in the evening, just looking around at the yard, and suddenly this incredible fragrance came to me. It was a fragrance from some purple pansies over there, I think. Those ones. And just breathing in that fragrance, in my state of consciousness, something opened up within me. It was like a heavenly stream, a Christ consciousness stream. Something beautiful opened and was unfolding. And I went over and I looked at these flowers. And these flowers told me their purpose. I understood the purpose of the flowers. The purpose of flowers on earth, the energetic purpose, is to bring us joy and delight and bring us light codes of Christ consciousness. That's what they're there for. And it happened. In that moment, my soul was soaring. Like my perception, my senses were opening, and I could feel the divine, and it was such a divine, high vibrational experience. I'm sure I was catapulting with my soul into 6, 7, 8D in that moment. So now I know that flowers are important. I'm going to fill this patio with flowers. I already knew this year I want thousands of flowers here. And when the flowers are here, the hummingbirds and the bees and the butterflies and the frogs and all the beautiful animals fulfilling their purpose will come. And that will just make me be in heaven every single day, right? So do not underestimate any living being on this earth, because they are more than just trees and flowers and elephants and cats. They are here for a specific purpose, and often it is to serve Mother Earth, it is to serve us. And the highest purpose of these creatures, animals, plants, flowers, is to help us ascend, is to wake us up a little bit. I mean, the other day I was looking at my cat Leo, and I was going, "Hey Leo, do you want some food? Come here." I was going baby talk to the cat, and Leo was looking at me, coming and purring, and I was kind of feeling, wow, he's obliging me. He's obliging me doing baby talk to him. And from his point of view, it's like, oh, you humans. Yeah, I'll come, talk your baby talk. And it's like, I knew that cat was going, oh, you humans with your problems and with your things and with your blocks. Ah, you're so limited. But I'll oblige you. I'll oblige you. I'll be the little cat. I'll purr. But if you only knew, And I was like, wow. So treat your animals with respect. Start to look at them in a different way. Start to open yourself up to their messages. Start to open yourself up to their purpose. I mean, we should be able to understand this. Like with the flowers, the purpose came to me, or one of the flower purposes came to me, and it brought me into a higher dimension. When you're with your cat, petting your cat, tuning in, what is the vibe that you're getting? What is the cat doing? What kind of energies is the cat transmitting to you? When you go outside, the song of the birds, the frogs that you hear, the presence of a stag. Remember last year when 3 stags came into my presence? Oh my goodness, that was so amazing. The presence of these majestic, beautiful animals moving in and out of the world of the humans and the wild. They're here for a reason. And they gave me such amazing energy, light codes. They gave me something very special. So each creature, each animal comes from the stars, is seeded from a different amazing place in the stars, and is here for a purpose. They also signed up here on Mother Gaia to help Mother Gaia in its difficult time. So that's what I wanted to tell you today. Animals come from the stars, just like us humans. Animals have life blueprints, just as we humans have a life blueprint. Our humanoid species is a life blueprint that can manifest and live in different planets, right? The human blueprint is on Lyras, and the Pleiades is on Hadars, and different places where people look like us. The blueprint of the Arcturians is a little bit different. They're a little bit different, the structure of that life blueprint, and they appear on Arcturus and on other planets as well. The elephants have a life blueprint that they manifest, appear, incarnate here and also in other places. So this tells us that we have to honor life, and that each piece of the puzzle of our Mother Gaia, each animal, each plant, each human life form plays a very important part in this ecosystem. And you have to look a little bit deeper than just the surface. And then if you do this, if you start to pay attention, I promise you, the animals that come into your life will start to elevate your consciousness, will start to bring you wisdom, will start to bring you ways of being, will start to open your heart, will start to allow you to open up to spirit, open up to your emotions, open up to your authentic self. I mean, you got a cat? You've seen a cat? They are authentic. Cats are who they are. They're just like, this is me. This is me, this is my authentic self, and I'm not gonna bother and worry. Like, I'm just being me, I'm fulfilling my purpose, and that's just what it is, right? You humans, oh my goodness, you with your lies and your problems and your all the time. I bet they look at us thinking, I wish they would learn faster from us. Look at me, human. Come on, look at me. Just be yourself. Be relaxed. Like, don't worry about all the little details. Just be you. Do you. That's what the cats tell us, right? All right, so I'm hoping that I might get Stefan, if you're watching, might get that beautiful animal communicator friend of mine to come onto YouTube and talk about animals, because it's so amazing the knowledge that he has. But this is a knowledge we can all get. We all have that innately in us. We just have to open up to it, right? Okay, thank you very much. Love you all. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos about animals and life blueprints, and I will talk more about them if you tell me so in the comments. Thank you. Love you all. Natasha, Cosmic Empress.